हरि ओम। ओम श्री गणेशाय नमः। ओम श्री हिरण्यगर्भाय नमः। ओम श्री महाविष्णवे नमः। ओम श्री महादेवाय नमः। ओम श्री महादुर्गायै नमः। ओम श्री राम रामाय नमः। ओम श्री सद्गुरवे नमः। ओम समस्त जन कल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम् शंकरं शंकराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादः शंकरं लोकशंकरम्। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शंकराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। शंकरं परमानन्दं ब्रह्मनिष्ठं यतीश्वरं भाष्यभ्रान्तिहरं वन्दे शुद्धज्ञानैकबोधकम्। ओम नमः शिवाय। 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 नमः पार्वती पतये। हर हर महादेव। हरि ओम हरि ओम। We'll begin with the Shanti mantra. Om Bhadram Karneभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षवीर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैः स्तुष्टुवागंसस्तनूभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति न पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्ताक्षो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु। ओम शांति शांति शांतिः। हरि ओम। We shall chant the first mantra of the 6th section. अथ हैनं सुकेशा भारद्वाज पप्रच्छ भगवान् हिरण्यनाभः कौसल्यो राजपुत्रो माम् उपेत्य एतं प्रश्नम् अपृच्छत षोडशकलं भारद्वाज पुरुषं वेत्थ तमहं कुमारम् अब्रुवम् नाहम् इमं वेद यदि अहम् इमं वेदिशं कथं तेन वक्ष्यमिति समूलो वा एष परिशुष्यति यो नृतम् अभिवदति तस्मान्नार्हामि अनृतं वक्तुम् स तूष्णीं रथम् आरुह्य प्रव्रज तं त्वा पृच्छामि क्वासौ पुरुष इति हरि ओम. So now we have come to the last question of this Prashna Upanishad. Sukesha Bharadvaja, he approached Pippala the Rishi and he asked this question. The power failure is there here in this place. So it's a bit hot, but we will continue. So the last question is about the Shodasha Kala Purusha. That who is this Shodasha Kala Purusha? The Purusha with 16 kalas, 16 facets. Who is this Purusha? And where does he live? That is the question. So before we take up this question, let us just go through briefly the past 5 questions and how slowly the teacher has taken us finally to this question, and then the sublime answer will be given. So the first question which was asked, that from whom are all these creatures born? We see so many different types of creatures in this world, the devatas, the animals, birds, plants, and the human beings. From whom are they all born? Because we see that whoever is in this world is born from someone. So I am born from my parents. The parents are born from their parents, and so on. A bird is born from its parents. A fish is born from its parents. So if we trace back all this, then who is our ultimate parent from whom we are all born? So the answer given is that all of us are born from Prajapati. Prajapati first gave birth to Rai and Prana, and from Rai and Prana, all these various creatures are born. Then the second question was asked, that who are the various devatas who hold this creature together? If we take the example of a human being, Okay. The phone has become hot, so it has stopped. The Facebook thing has stopped, so I have put another phone. So let us see. Okay. So the second question was that who are all the devtas who hold this creature together? Like we as human beings, who are the devtas? Who are the various factors which hold this unit together? And who among them is the uh, supreme? So the teacher said that this 10 indriyas and antakaran chatushtaya and pranas hold this creature together, but prana is the supreme. Among all of them, prana is the supreme. Then the third question was asked, from where this prana is born? Kuta isha prano jayate. From where is this prana born? And how it enters this body? And how it divides itself in this body? And how it lives and why it leaves this body? And how it holds everything together in this body and outside? So elaborately the answer was given that this prana is born from that Atma alone. And it divides itself into five and takes care of the different functions of this body. Then the fourth question, the disciple asked that who goes to sleep in this body and who remains awake, for whom is the dream and for whom is the happiness, and where are all these fixed? So the teacher then again answers that how the dream happens and how mind is the seer of the dream and how it becomes of the nature of sukha only, because everything abides in that supreme Atma in sleep. When we are in deep sleep, the body, mind, indriyas, everything, including that antaratma, including the pratyekatma, resides in that param akshara, that supreme atma. Then, in the fifth question, the disciple asked about Omkar Upasana. That what is the result of a person who does Omkar Upasana till the end of his life? What loka does he attain? So the teacher elaborately explained what happens when we do Akara Upasana, Ukara Upasana, Makara Upasana, and what happens when we gain the knowledge of the Omkar. So one comes back to this world through Akara Upasana. Through Akara and Ukara Upasana, one goes to the higher world. Through Akara, Ukara, Makara Upasana, one goes to Brahmalok. And by knowing the essence of this Om, one gains liberation here and now. So, this Param Purusha in which everything resides when we go to sleep, this Param Purusha from whom the pranas were born, what is the nature of this Param Purusha and where can we attain it? That is the question, that ultimate question which one has to understand, which one has to know. Therefore, this last question is about that Param Purusha. So let us read Adi Shankaracharya's Bhashya and try to understand this question. So Shankaracharya writes, अथ हैनं सुकेश भारद्वाजः पप्रच्छ. Now that Sukesha was the name of the disciple, the son of Bharadwaj, he approached the teacher and he asked this question. And Shankaracharya writes the background of this question, that what is the importance of this question. Shankaracharya says, is samastam jagat karya karana lakshanam. This entire world is of the nature of cause and effect. When you look at this world, we find that this world is understood by this phenomena of cause and effect. Every little thing which we see has got some cause behind it. And there is every phenomena which we see in this world is understood by this concept of cause and effect. If we see a tree, then we know that it has come from this earth, but just simply from the earth it has not come. So we know that there was a seed from which the tree grew in stages. If there is some even in nature, if we see the different seasons come. So as the earth moves, as the sun moves, as the moon moves, the weather changes, and we have different seasons on earth. Now this summer is going on, then the rainy seasons will start, and so on. So everything has got a relationship, can be understood with the relationship of cause and effect. Therefore, Shankaracharya says this, samastam jagat karya karana lakshanam. The lakshana of this world is karya karana. Even if we are not well, we go to the doctor will try to find out the reason, the cause. And then, once the cause and effect is understood properly, we can deal with the situation. If we can create a particular cause, then we can get that type of effect. This happens not only at a very small scale, but it happens at a large scale also. So the whole world is of the nature of cause and effect. We see the 5 elements, so there must be cause for them. So their cause is that subtle 5 elements which we call tanmatras. But these tanmatras and these 5 elements are inert, and still everything is so orderly in this world. So there must be some intelligence which is controlling all that is happening. So there must be a mind behind it, buddhi, ahankar, and everything again must have come from that unmanifest. So from the unmanifest all the way to the manifest, so many things we see, all of them are related to each other with the phenomena of cause and effect. Hmm. And generally we find that then further Shankaracharya writes कि समस्त जगत कार्य कारण लक्षणम सह विज्ञान आत्मना. Then we also have the one who is seeing this world. There is not only the world which is seen, which is observed, having this cause and effect relationship, but there is an observer of this world. Though the world is so vast and so fascinating and so wonderful, there is an observer of this world. I am the observer of this world. I not only observe the waking world, but I also observe the dream world. So that I is what is called Vijnanatma or the Kshetrajna. That what happens in deep sleep, this world along with that Vijnanatma, Parasmin Akshare Sushupti Kale Sampratishthita Iti Uktam. It was said that everything resides in that Param Atma, Param Aksharam. Everything goes back into that Param Aksharam in Sushupti Avastha. This Sushupti is the most fascinating phenomenon. See, waking we see the vast world. In dream also we continue to experience a world. But then in deep sleep, everything seems to just disappear. There is no world, there are no beings, there are no, these five elements are not there, the senses are not there, the antakarana is not there, nothing seems to be there. So what happens? Even I, the awareness of I is not there. In deep sleep, I don't have the awareness that, oh, I am sleeping and nothing is there. That type of experience is not there. So what happens to the observer of this world? And what happens to the world in deep sleep? That was said in the previous section, in the one of the answers, that everything gains abidance in that Param Akshara Atma. So Shankaracharya writes that the very fact that everything merges into that Param Atma in Sushupti, then similar thing must be happening even when the whole world goes into Pralaya. सामर्थ्यात् प्रलये अपि तस्मिन् एव अक्षरे संप्रतिष्ठिते जगत् तत एव उत्पद्यते इति सिद्धं भवति. That even when the whole world goes into pralay, what happens? Everything merges into that Param Atma only, that Akshara, Param Atma. In that Akshara Tattva, everything merges in that only. Why do you say? Because nahi akarane karyasya sampratishthanam upapadyate. Because the effect can only merge into its cause. See, suppose you have gold ornaments, and if you melt them, then where do they all merge? Bangles and necklaces and earrings and nose rings and so many different ornaments are there. Suppose you just melt them, What will remain? Bangle will remain? No. Necklace will remain? No. What will remain? Gold will remain. Why only gold remains? Because gold is the ultimate cause. And when the effect merges, it merges into its cause only. In the same way, if everything merges into the supreme Param Akshara Atma, then the Param Akshara Atma must be the cause of everything. Nahi akarane karyasya sampratishthanam upapadyate. Without that cause, all the effect will not merge anywhere else. Because this is also said in other places. Uktancha atmana esha prano jayate. In this Upanishad itself, it was said that this prana has also is born from that same Atma. Atma means that Param Atma. The Atma which we know is the Sushupta Atma. But the Atma which we don't know is that Param Atma, which is also called Turiya, which is also indicated as Brahma, is not known. But in that Supreme Atma alone, everything merges, everything resides in it. So Jagatascha yan moolam tat parijnanat param shreya iti sarvopanishadam nishchitah arthah. So all the Upanishads, not only this Prashna but other Upanishads also, they say that when you know this Param Atma, then you will attain the Supreme, means you will become free of all your sorrows, all your sufferings, only by knowing that Param Atma, which is the Moola of this Jagat. See, like in Taittiriya Upanishad, the second Valli, it starts with this only. That one should know this Param Atma. Satyam Jnanam Antam Brahma Yo Ved Nihitam Guhayam Parame Vyoman So Oshnate Sarvam Kama Sah. Brahmavida apnoti param taresha vyukta. So it begins with this statement, Brahmavid apnoti param. The knower of Brahma attains the Supreme. So who is that Brahma? What is that Brahma? Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. Brahma is Satyam, Jnanam and Anantam. These are the Lakshanas of that Brahma. And where can we know this Brahma? Yo Veda Nihitam Guhayam Parme Vyoman. One can know that Brahma in one's own Antakarana, in one's own Hridaya. And one who knows that Brahma attains the Supreme, becomes free from all sorrows and gains supreme eternal happiness. And that Brahma is indicated as the very cause of this world, the source of this world. So here also similar thing is said, Anantaram cha uktam sa sarvajna sarvo bhavati. One who knows this Brahma becomes sarvajna, all-knowing, and becomes everything. One who knows Brahma becomes Brahma. इति वक्तव्यं च क्व तर्हि तद् अक्षरं सत्यं पुरुषाख्यं विज्ञेयम् इति तदर्थो अयं प्रश्न आरभ्यते. So the question is, where is that Brahma alone is called Purusha here? Shodashakala Purusha. So the question is, where is this Purusha? Where does he live? Where can we know this Purusha? That is the question. So iti vaktavyam cha kva tarhi tat aksharam. So where is this akshara, satyam, which is satyam, purushakyam, which is called purusha, vidnyayam, where can we know this purusha? So in order to understand this question is being asked. Tadartho ayam prashna arabhyate. So this question is asked for that purpose. Because once we know this Purusha, our job is done. Okay. Now the question is, okay, the lights have come. So that is better. So Shankaracharya further writes, कि वृत्तान्तवाख्यानं च विज्ञानस्य दुर्लभत्वाख्यापनेन दुर्लभत्वाख्यापनेन तल्लभ्यर्थं मुमुक्षूणां यत्नविशेषः उपादानार्थं. That this akhyan is there, the story is there. The story is there to indicate the rarity of this knowledge. Even with little this heat and all, we get so uncomfortable. But these students, they just left everything and they surrendered to this rishi, stayed with him for a year, following the discipline of brahmacharya, shraddha, tapas. And then they asked this question with so much sincerity and dedication. So this story is being told so that we understand the importance of this knowledge. We don't take it lightly. We should take it very seriously. It is very, very rare and very important. It is the most important in this world. Nothing is more important than this knowledge. So the story is being conveyed also that not only these 6 disciples, but others also were interested in this. But they were busy in their own life. Like the story of this prince who came to this rishi, because he got this question that where is this Purusha? But then when he didn't get the answer, he went back to his place, I think. Or may have gone to some other rishi. So Shankaracharya writes, Ki He Bhagavan Hiranyanabho Namataha. So here Sukesha is speaking to his teacher. He says, Ki He Bhagavan, Ki Hiranyanabha, a person named Hiranyanabha, Koshalayam Bhava Kausalyo Rajaputro. He was the prince, the son of a king of Kaushalya. Means who was a Kshatriya, who is to rule the kingdom. His father is to rule the kingdom. But as a Kshatriya also, this question had come to his mind. Maybe because of the satsang he must have done and the samskar he must have got at home. That question must have come to his mind about this Purusha, that there is this Purusha which one has to know. So he approached this rishi and asked him. So upetya upagamya etam uchchamanam prashnam apruchata. So he asked this question, the following questions. So what was the question? कि See, kala avayava iva आत्मनि अविद्या आरोपित रूपा यस्मिन् पुरुषे सोयम षोडश कलस्तम षोडश कलम हे भारद्वाज पुरुषं वेत्थ विजानासि. So this who approached this rishi, he asked this question कि हे भारद्वाज, O son of Bharadwaj, do you know that Purusha having 16 kalas? See, this 16 kalas doesn't mean that it has got 16 parts. But due to ignorance, it appears to have parts. But by itself, it doesn't have any parts. See, for example, I gave that example of that sand, and with the sand, we make different images. So king is made, the queen is made, the castle is made. All of them are made from sand. So when we look at the king has got the head, the hands, the chest, the legs. So different parts are there to his body. But if you really look closely at the very essence of that king, then he is nothing but sand only. So what about the parts? Parts are just imagined on that king, on that sand. See, when little children also they play with little dolls, and a little kitchen set is there, and they play with that kitchen set. There's a little stove, and the different vessels are there, and little cups are there. So the child says that, oh, I will make some tea for you. So she will keep a small vessel on that stove and says, now the tea is getting ready. Then she says that, oh, now it is done. So she will just makes an action of pouring the tea in the cup, and she will give it to you. So you should also play along and make an action of drinking the tea. And don't just gulp it because it is hot. So all this is imagined on that tea set or the kitchen set. But the child also knows that it is just imagined. It is not real. In the sense, there is no reality. Similarly, this world which we see, the different parts are really not different. All of them are one, that Brahma alone. And the wise person, the Shastras also know that everything is Brahma alone. So the Shastras, they do what is called Adhyaropa. They just superimpose the idea of Shakti in that Brahma. And then from that Shakti, the various parts they emerge. But then the Shastras also say that from the standpoint, when an ignorant person looks at this world, He sees this world as made up of different parts which are different from each other. The sky is different from the air is different from fire. They have different lakshanas. But when you go to the essence of them, they are all Brahma. But an ignorant person doesn't see the essence. Therefore, he only sees the names and forms. He sees the sky, the air, the earth. But a wise person sees Brahma in all of them. Like in Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan says, I myself pervade this whole world. I myself am there in the sun, in the earth, in the moon. But when we look with the vision of ignorance, we don't see Bhagwan in everyone, everything. We say this is the sun, which is different from the moon, which is different from the earth, which is different from the stars. But when we gain that understanding, we will know that what we see as the sun is Brahma, what we see as the moon is Brahma, what we see as the earth is Brahma. So we have a vision of ignorance where we see divisions. We see that these divisions are actual. A wise person also sees the division, but he knows that essentially they are one. The divisions are not denied. The world is not denied. But an ignorant person looks at the world only at the level of their form and their names. But a wise person knows the essence of this world. So the essence of this world is that Purusha. So therefore, this prince who had come, he asked this question about this Purusha. How can I know where is this Purusha? So Atmani avidya aropita rupa yasmin purushe so ayam shorasha kalaha tam shorasha kalam he bharatvaja purusham vetta vijanasi. So he asked, do you know that shorasha kala purusha? Do you know that Purusha with 16 kalas? So when the scriptures talk about the world coming from that Brahma, having these various parts, it is speaking with the language of an ignorant person and slowly takes him to proper understanding. Suppose a person sees various types of ornaments and he doesn't know gold, but he knows all these ornaments. This is a ring, this is a bangle, this is a necklace. He knows all these ornaments. But he knows all these ornaments as different from each other. And he knows the utility of these ornaments. But he doesn't know gold. So in order to teach him what is gold, one takes the help of the ornaments themselves. So one can say that you can see this necklace, this is born from gold. So there is something called gold, from who has got the power, and from that power, from itself, it gave rise to this necklace. So once I come to understand this, once I come to know that if we just see the very essence of all the names and form, it is gold. And once I know the gold, then even when I see various ornaments, I will know all of them are gold. Similarly, in the state of ignorance, I look at this world, everything seems different. I don't see that presence of Brahma. Then the Shastras say this whole world has come from this Brahma. Brahma has got this Shakti called Maya, and from that this whole world has come into existence in various stages. So through this, my attention gets shifted to that Brahma, which is by itself it is Satyam Jnanam Anantam. And once I come to understand Brahma, then I see this world, I continue to see this world, then I will know that everything is Brahma. Sarvam Kalvidam Brahma. So that Brahma is Brahma. The Shakti of Brahma is also Brahma. The Pancha Mahabhut born from this are also Brahma. All the beings who are born are also Brahma. So that vision that everything is Brahma will be born. That is the ultimate knowledge of oneness which will destroy all sufferings. Therefore, this Rajaputra, he asked this question, Kitama, about this Shodashakala Purusha. So when the Shastras, they utilize this language of an ignorant person to explain things, it is called Adhyaropa. Adhyaropa. But an ignorant person, due to ignorance, sometimes he gets confused with what is seen and gains wrong knowledge. That wrong knowledge is called adhyas. So adhyas is the cause of all suffering. And in order to remove this adhyas and to give us right knowledge, the Shastras use the language of adhyaropa. They superimpose the idea of difference, and then, after explaining everything, removes the difference, and immediately we see oneness everywhere. Okay? So when this Rajaputra asked this question, then to Bharadwaja, then what did he reply? He said, Tamaham Rajaputram Kumaram Prishtavantam Abhruvam Uktavan Asmi Naham Imam Veda Yam Tvam Prithyasi iti. He told that, he is talking to his guru. He said, I told that Rajkumar that I don't know this Surasakala Purush. I don't know. Surasakala Purush. So when the Rajkumar heard this, he did not believe. He was quite amazed. He thought that I should be knowing it. So evam uktavati api mayi ajnana sambhavayantam tam ajnani karanam avadisham. So he was surprised that how come I don't know? I must be knowing. Maybe I know, but I am not telling. Then I told him that Yadi Kathanchit Aham Imam Tvaya Prushtam Purusham Avedisham Videtavan Asmi. If I knew this Purusha which you are asking, if I had that knowledge, then Katham Atyanta Shishya Guna Vartetine Te Tubhyam Na Avaksham Na Uktava Asmi Na Bruyam Ityartha. If I knew this Purusha, then why I will not tell this to you who have all the good qualities of a student. With that jidnyasa, with that thirst, you have approached me and you asked this question. If I knew, I will definitely would have told you. Why will I not tell you? And this is our culture, this is our tradition. That if a sincere student with proper attitude approaches a teacher to learn this knowledge, then the teacher will give that knowledge. He will not keep anything from that student. And so many examples are there in our tradition where the student, it doesn't matter whether they're poor, they're rich, but if they have the ability to understand and if they approach the teacher with proper attitude, the teacher will reveal that knowledge to the student. So he said, if I knew, why will I not tell you? But still that Rajputra was not very convinced. Then bhuyo api apratyayam iva alakshya pratyayayitum abruvam. So in order to convince him, I told him, it's very interesting. He said, Samulassaha mulena va eshaha anyatha santam atmanam anyatha kurvan anrutam ayatha bhutartham abhivadati yasap parishusyati shosham upaiti iha loka paralokabhyam vichidyate vinashyati. He said, if I don't know and if I tell you, if I tell you means what I don't know, I'm ignorant. And if I just tell you something, that will be a lie. If I tell you a lie, if I tell you something which is not proper, then that is not right. It will destroy all my good karmas. It will make me totally dry. Not only I will lose everything in this world, but in the other world also. See, this is a very important thing. The teacher wants, here the Shruti, it says that if you don't know, then you say you don't know. Don't keep on blabbering something which you are not, you yourself don't have that knowledge. Because to give a wrong information or wrong knowledge is considered a great papa. It will destroy all our punya of this world and the other world also. It's very important. Because many times what happens, we know little thing and immediately we want to become teachers. We want to teach someone else. So I myself am ignorant and I teach others also. So spread that ignorance around. in today's world also, most of the knowledge which is there available, not only worldly knowledge, but the spiritual knowledge also, 99% or even more are just nothing but ignorance, confusion, wrong knowledge. And we spread it around. Just like nowadays we have this WhatsApp or other messages come to you. So without verifying, without knowing whether it is true or not, if it is sensational, we send it to 100 other friends. They also, without verifying, they send to others. And then suddenly it becomes a viral message. And when it gets circulated many times, we feel it is true. But then we come to know that, oh, it was all false only. And I became instrument in spreading falsehood around the world. So that is considered extremely bad. So here he told that Rajkumar that if I don't know, I'm telling you I don't know. If I don't know and if I tell you, then it will destroy all my punya karma. So when that Rajputra heard this, he was convinced that I don't know. So Sir Rajputra evam pratyayitah tushnim dviditah ratham arujya pravavraja pragatavan yatha gatam eva. So when he heard this, he became very silent. He became very sad that, oh, I could not answer his question, and his jnana remained like that. So he became silent, and then he just boarded his ratha, his chariot, and he went back from where he had come. So atah nyayatah upasannaya. So here Shankaracharya writes, when a disciple approaches you properly, atah nyayatah upasannaya yogyaya janata. And if you know the knowledge, if you have the knowledge, if you know the answer, then you should give him. If he or she has approached you, and if you know, then you should tell. Vaktavya eva. But if you don't know, anrutam cha na vaktavyam, one should not tell a lie. Sarvasu api avasthasu iti etat siddham bhavati. At no time one should give false knowledge. There is no harm, there is no shame in saying that I don't know if I don't know. The trouble is that we feel little hurt, or we feel it below our dignity to say I don't know. So we say something. It can be something simple also. Like some people on the road, sometimes they ask you for direction. So you don't know exactly where that place is. I want to go to the hospital. Where is it? I don't know. But then I say, oh, सीधे चले जाओ, वहाँ मिल जाएगा. That poor fellow must be in some emergency and सीधे चले जाओ, and there he gets more delayed and can harm that person. So one should not tell a lie. Tam purusham tvam prachani. So this question was asked to me, and then I kept on contemplating on this question. And with that question in my mind, I have approached you, my dear teacher, because that prachami mama hridi vidneyatvena shalyam iva. This question was there in my heart and it was piercing me like an arrow. It was troubling me. I was restless. I wanted to find the answer to this question. So though the question was asked by that Rajputra, but it has become my question now. I want to know. Mama Ridhi Vidneyatvena Shalyamiva me Ridhi Stitam Kwasa Vartate Vidneya Purusha. So I want to know where is this Purusha? The Shodasha Kala Purusha. Who is the Shodasha Kala Purusha? Where is he? Where can we find him? That is my question. So this question was asked now, and let us see what the teacher replies in our class on Wednesday. So till then, you take care, be happy, safe, peaceful, healthy, do your work, do your sadhana. Listen to the pravachan again, contemplate, and we will meet again soon. Hari Om. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. 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 Jaya Jaya Ram. Jaya Jaya Ram. Bole Siya Ramchandra Bhagwan ki Jai. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.